but not the loud one. Sure.
5, 4, 3. You can't hide.
Okay. Let's watch.
Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
Hector, I don't know how hard you want me to go on you. I don't know how hard you want me to go on you here, but let me just tell you straight off the rip. If I was on the enemy team right now, you'd be fucking dead. You would literally be hitting the nugget and you would have died. 100%. You know, Hanzo has this thing called Stormbow, right? Where when you use it, you can ricochet off things, right? So, I'm not going to go too much into depth here, but you can acquire the same result, but from a safer angle. So instead of playing aggressively like this, if you have a Rhine shield here, it doesn't matter. All it takes for the enemy team to win this team fight is see the fact that you two are standing here. One of them goes Symmetra, they teleport behind you, and you're both dead and you lose the fight, right? This is way too risky. I would never do this, ever. Instead, what I always do, and I think chat's seen this a million times, I play Hanzo on this map on offense and defense because I like it on the first point. I always start up here. The reason why I do this is because I set a Stormbow right down here, and here's the funny thing. I put my Sonic Arrow on the police car, and then I aim for the L, right? Chat, give me an L in the chat. I aim for the L, and it will bounce onto this poster right here. I've got kills doing this, and it achieves the same result that you just did, but from a safer angle where your team doesn't have to help you. So I just want to point that out. I know it's nitpicky, but, you know. Ryan got a kill here. Okay. Well, now we know they're up. It's okay so far.
You can't hide.
They got that rest off? Ay, 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 cabron. Oh, almost had the soldier. You're low HP, be careful. Decent Sonic.
Group up here. I am restored.
Dragon. Yep. That was a good dragon. I don't mind that. If I were you... actually, never mind. That was good. Okay, Urine decided to shatter air. PP Mercy down. We kind of knew that he still had Visor enabled there, so I would have liked for you to take more of a defensive position. But all in all, I feel like your Rhine is all over the fucking place. Holy shit. I'm having a hard time keeping up where what your Rhine is going and what he's doing and...
Objective lost.
Stormboat. Yep. Cole decided to walk in. I personally don't like this angle for many different reasons. It's too easy to get caught off guard here. It's too easy to die. Instead, if you want to play more aggressive, always play in a defensive maneuver over here. The reason why I say this is because, one, you can see over there to the left, you can see right, and you can also see in the middle, right? When the door closes, this position gets even more powerful. The reason why I say this is if you're going to play on the left here, if they decide that they want to kill you, they're going to kill you. Also, chat, I see the ads. Don't worry. We're waiting. Ads are over. All right. Chat, time for resuming. Let's do this. All right, so what we were talking about, Hector. So the left side angle there is risky because if they decide to push in all at once, they're probably going to kill not only your support, but also Cole. That forces your Reinhardt back downhill, and that makes you stuck here, right? Gives you two options. One, you either go in, but then they're going to come up here, or they're going to play down here on the right, and you're going to die. Or you jump, and you jump down here to the right, but then you take a chance of dying there as well. Playing up here on this high ground here does the same thing as it's doing from you playing over there, except they can't really push you. They can't really get to you, and if they do damage to you, you can just fall down here and play it more safely and have time to run away, right? So I just want to be a little bit nitpicky and point that out, because I know that you're capable, but this positioning is not that great. Minor thing, I would never play down here. I will play up above on high ground instead. And the reason why we want to do this, we talked about this on the previous VoD, we never ever want to take an unfavorable matchup against the enemy team. It doesn't matter if your Ryan is fucking brain dead and takes this duel with you. It really doesn't matter. Also, what fucking gun is that? Is that Anna? What? It's fucking cool. Instead, I would have rather you play up here. The reason for this is because it becomes way easier for you to isolate the Cole, trying to play on this high ground right here. It also gives you a little bit of elevation, and it's way easier to hit headshots this way as well. And it also gives you a little bit more cover. You kind of play into the same mentality again, where is if they get a favorable pick here, you're going to die 100%, right? And the fight's over. So we're going to try and minimize that risk as much as humanly possible. If this situation occurs and I'm playing your Hanzo right now, I play up here always. And the reason for this is so I can spam out the Cole. If I hit him once, he's going to jump down. He's out of the fight until he gets healed. And then you can spam the shield, break the shield, and then we're kind of playing safe up here, right? Playing down here is just too risky, but you kind of achieve more playing here, so there's no reason for you to not to play up here. I just want to point that out as well, because this is something that we went over on the last VoD. Oh. Ay, ay, ay. Can't miss that shot, my dude. Ay, ay, ay.
The arrow returns to the my ultimate is charging.
See, chat? If you played high ground, you could have avoided it. You're saying. You're saying. Careful, they have the Mercy and the Soldier up on high ground. Okay, their Cole is dead. They're gonna rest that. When they jump down from high ground, and this is a positioning error, right? You can actually jump up on the bus station right here, and you have full vision of their Mercy trying to rest, right? So this is a positional error. You can do so much more from this angle. Playing Hanzo on maps like these is all about finding the perfect sightline, but from high ground as much as humanly possible, right? You could have actually had pressured that rest, but instead, you opt in to play behind the cab, which is, in my opinion, not the wrong thing to do. But your cue to climb up here is the moment their Soldier and Mercy jumps down from high ground, you take this positioning ASAP. The reason for it is because you can see the entire team, you can also harass the Ryan, and you can also harass the Mercy trying to go for a rest. Playing behind the cab here is ultra safe. I don't have any problems with it, but there would have been a better positioning. It would have taken this bus station right here, and you would have had a better vision. So I just want to point that out, that if there's no one playing on high ground right there, they jump down, you take high ground immediately. There's a Cole to your right. Oh my goodness. Okay. I'm not sure about that one. I would have held my ultimate there. Yeah, I would have held my ultimate there. Swapping to Teresa. Hey chat. Whoa, careful. All about poking and harassing. Be careful with the right click. Yeah. Careful. Ooh, okay, okay. Okay, target priority is good. Going for the Mercy. I don't mind this at all. that for the coal. It's good. It's good. You're flanking the Mercy. Melee. Pulls the Rhine. Nice. Little bit late on the pulls. How the fuck? Okay then. Good. Nice. Alright, so far so good. One thing that I saw, the only thing that I saw so far on Tracer is that if the main tank in the enemy team has Discord on them, that's your new target, right? It doesn't matter if they have a Mercy healing the Rhine. If the Rhine has a Discord on it and you're hitting your full clips and the Roadhog is just bashing his brains in from the front, Mercy's healing is not gonna keep that Rhine alive, right? And it's completely fine focusing on the Reinhardt there. Killing their tank effectively makes you win the fight, right? So if the Discord is on the tank and you're playing Tracer, it's completely fine to take an offset angle and focus on the Rhine to get him down, because he's gonna die like a sack of potatoes. Other than that, target priority is pretty good, and your pulse bomb has been alright. So what the? That's ballsy. I like it though. Okay, now they have Ashe. One shot city up in this bitch. Okay, building pulls, not bad. Oh, harass the Winston. Go for the Winston. Winston. Man, oh man. So, Winston jumped into the point, right? And then he got Discord-ored by the Sen. And then the Winston decided to jump up on the Sen, all alone, isolated in the back with no healer. That is your cue to go up and fuck his day up, right? Winston has Discord-orb on him. He's jumping on your Sen. He almost died to the Sen solo. But that's where the target priority kind of changes, right? If their Winston jumps on your backline and tries to get your supports down, your job is effectively to go there and take care of that threat, right? Killing the Winston there effectively wins you the fight, because if your Zenyatta stays alive, that means that Discord Orb is going on another target, and then you can just continue cleaning house, right? But you going for a support there doesn't change anything. Instead, the target priority should have been, oh, he jumps on my Sen. Immediately when you see him flying across the air to take that much of an aggressive leap into your enemy team, you fuck him up. Like, immediately. You take him out. Especially if he has Discord up on him. So I don't know how this fight's gonna go. I'm guessing you're gonna lose it now. But yeah, this was an error from your perspective. I'm just pointing it out because I know you're capable, so I just want to make you a better player. Chat, bring your pen and papers up, man. These are valuable tips. Chop chop. Nice. Nice. No, that's a poggers. Is it a team wipe? My man. The ace. The fucking ace cunt. Nice. Careful of the Ashe. Nice target priority. Whoop. Whoop. Oh my god. You got fucking one shot, cunt. Holy shit. Fucking one tapped out the wazoo. God damn. Absolutely taken out. Blinkety blinkety. Alright, we have ult soon. Now, who are you gonna post bomb? Well, I mean...
Team kill.
Let's try that one more time.
The payload is approaching its destination.
Can Diva defense matrix Bastion's ult? You play, I would say, like, besides some positional mistakes and, like, as far as I'm concerned right now, there's a lot of positioning mistakes that are happening. But beyond that, I feel like your target priority is pretty neat. I mean, if we exclude the fact that you didn't go for the Winston when he jumped in like that. Other than that, positioning is something that needs a lot of work here. Other than that, I feel like it's pretty sharp, I would say. But let's see how you do on offense. Can you see pings in replay? Yes, you can.
I do not wish to be reduce your expectations to zero.
I'm thinking on how best to utilize you.
In the coming battle.
Well, Tracer is one of those characters where if you don't have like a direct sightline of what you want to do, you're kind of all over the place. You know, you're. Oh, we're going back on Hanshmo.
I have left.
One. Attackers incoming.
Oh, nice shot. Oh no. This fucking Reaper, dude. Oh, he's gonna go for you now? No, he's not. It's okay to take a left side high ground angle here. Where did he come from? The shadows. He is Reaper. Fucking Reaper. Yeah, that Reaper played too aggressive. That was bound to happen. Ooh, nice shot on the Ash. Is that a Mercy resting behind you? Oh, it sure is. Okay. Right now, we're not doing a very good job isolating the Mercy Restas. She's pretty much got off every single one of them. There's something to be said about that. Huh? Wait, that worked too? Okay, I mean, fuck it, I guess. I would have liked, so the reason why I reacted the way I reacted there is I would have liked if you took a diagonal kind of positioning on the point instead, so you covered the point in the dragon. But I guess that works too. Okay, nice.
Is truly clean. Unerring
Nice shots.
precision.
Jesus.
All day.
God damn. What a fucking brawl.
I'll find them.
Cloning module loaded. Prepare for duplication. Going
Okay, well, so I see that there's a lot of comments about aim, and I do acknowledge that, but chat, like, you gotta realize one thing, is like, aim is something that you can only practice, like, kind of on your own accord, right? Like, me sitting here and pausing every time I feel like, oh, that, yeah, if you aimed better, that would have been a headshot, it becomes kind of redundant, and it's not really very helpful to sit there and say that, you know what I'm saying? That's the reason, like, I acknowledge that the aim can be better, yes, but it's something I'm going to summarize at the end of the VoD. I'm not going to sit here and criticize him every single time he misses a headshot. Like, you know, like, it's something that comes with time, and it becomes quite redundant. It's like, oh, yeah, you should have hit that headshot. Yeah, okay. Thanks for the feedback, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Instead of sitting here and doing that every 2 seconds, I'm just going to focus on the things that we can change now, and then he can work on aim alongside it. You know, so obviously I see what you guys are saying. I agree to an extent, but you know, it just isn't helpful feedback at all to just be like, yeah, you should have hit that headshot. Like, no, I'd rather focus on the things that actually makes him a better player substantially and prepares him for, you know, a future rank instead of saying, hey, aim better. Like, it's not, you know what I'm saying? Okay, that's a decent dragon. I would have liked if you held that dragon longer, Hector. Actually, no. We're gonna talk about this. Three of the dragons you've done so far have been quite questionable in my opinion. I actually think about it this way, right? The dragon, right? Hanzo's dragon is most dangerous when the enemy team doesn't know where it's coming from, right? And right now, I would argue that out of the 3 dragons that we've done, it's a miracle that one of them even got a kill, right? And this is not going to fly when you start to rank up and you get to play against better players, right? So the reason why I'm pointing this out right now, some of you in chat might go, well, it's working here, so like, why are you saying that? Well, I'm not going to give him tips how to master this rank. I'm giving him tips to prepare for the ranks to come, right? So one thing I want you to start doing is when you have ultimate, I want you to start trying to figure out ways to sort of hide your dragon, hide where it comes from, right? Don't make it telegraphed, don't make it obvious. The only reason why you ended up getting a 2k on the first point there is because, I don't know, fucking Mars and Venus aligned, or you got lucky, honestly. You shouldn't have gotten a kill with it. You did. The way I want to sort of explain this to you is that if you have a dragon, the way to prep for it is, in this particular case, the entire team is alive, right? You decided to dragon the Sigma. All he needs to do is sidestep, wait 2 seconds, boom. Your dragon basically did nothing. Instead, what we can opt in to do is that you can put your sonic arrow right here, get a full vision of where their team is, and then, when you have your sonic arrow right there, you can position yourself like this instead. You see this? Now, they will hear the dragon come off, but how are they going to know where it's coming from? And then all of a sudden, you can position it kind of behind Sigma right here, and then boom, you will hit all 4 of them. And you'll be able to do a lot of damage before they really realizes where it's coming out from, right? And that's the point I want to make. That instead of doing telegraphed Hanzo ults like these, where you barely do any damage to them whatsoever, instead, I want you to start like kind of fighting out like different ways to manipulate where it's coming from, right? So I want you to focus a little bit more on that, because right now your Hanzo ults are dreadful, and they can be a lot better.
Send all you want. A cup of dung.
Roadhog died. Also, abuse high ground more. You're not abusing high ground, and it's pissing me off! It's making me fucking ragey! Oh. I mean, small tidbit, right? It's quite obvious that you don't understand how powerful high ground truly is. In these quiet moments right here, you can do some substantial damage. They're not using high ground, so take it, right? Take high ground. use it. Like, force them to having to deal with you, right? When you play behind your tank, it's not always a bad idea. Don't get me wrong, it's not. But you want to be fucking annoying, right? You want to be like a massive fucking mosquito and you're like consistently like stinging them, right? You want to be so fucking annoying that they have to deal with you. Right now, you're just another fucking player behind your Roadhog, right? But if you start taking off angles, they have to respect you and they have to deal with you, right? And sometimes they might even send more than one. They might send two. And then you fucking kite, and if they follow you, then all of a sudden it's a 4v3 on the point, and you might run into a chance of winning. But the thing is, you're not being annoying enough. Like, you're literally just playing staple Hanzo, standing behind your tank, hoping you hit a one-shot. Try and be a little bit more innovative, right? Abuse high ground, take high ground, fucking spam them from off angles, make them actually respect you, because right now they don't have to. Because all you're doing is standing behind your Roadhog and spamming arrows. So try and take more off angles. Right now we're not abusing that enough, and I want to see more of that. Look up emote.
I won't give in.
Master as summoned. Be uplifted.
I'll find them. I am restored.
Look up emote.
Better.
Nice. Here we have an off angle. First time we're taking an off angle. I like it.
Do something.
Nice headshot. Okay.
Deine Göttin ist da.
They used a lot of ults there. It was okay. I would have liked you to take a more like a right side angle there instead of like pushing into the ash like there. One of the strongest tools Hanzo has is that regardless of distance, you do the same amount of damage, right? You have no fall off. So I'd like you to kind of abuse that a little bit more. Kinda telegraphed still. Realistically, there was only one way that ultimate could have gone. So I'd like you to be a little bit more secretive where you're putting those ultimates. Can the timer be increased? 30 minutes is maximum. Woo! Fucking slap the PP Mercy! People happy both time PP Mercy, dude. Hector. Abuse high ground, my dude.
There is still much I
30
must
seconds
do.
remaining.
Where are you gonna go now?
We move now or not at all. Attack!
Oh, you're definitely flaming your team right now. You're definitely flaming your team.
Take this.
10 seconds remaining.
Rocket barrage incoming.
So, let's talk about the good. The good is you have good target priority. Your cooldown usage, decent. Your tracer, pretty fucking good. It felt a little bit lost when your tank is kind of like off doing its own thing. It kind of feels to me like you're kind of losing track of like where you need to go. You need to understand when the enemy team uses like enemy cooldowns, like the Winston jumping in with a Discord like that, it's just a free kill for a tracer, dude. You destroy him in literally a clip and a half and he's gone, right? As for Hanzo, the bad things that I'm seeing right now is that your ultimates are way too telegraphed. You're not even trying to hide them, honestly. And I think you need to start doing that. You need to place your Sonic in a good way where you kind of get the vision of where their team is, and you kind of need to predict whether the enemy team is going to move forward or if they're going to move backwards, right? There's a lot of missed opportunities there where you can kind of take an off angle and spam them out, and then an off angle for your ultimates as well. Like, your ultimates need to be way, way better. Another thing I want to point out is that a lot of the time, it feels to me like you get a pick, you start feeling yourself a little bit, but for some reason, you're like inching closer to the enemy team to the point where you're making it like equal, right? It's like you get a pick, nice, and then for some reason, you start like moving closer to their hit scan characters, whereas it's like, why? Why are we doing that? You're playing a character that has no fall-off damage. Sure, the drawback is that you're a projectile character, but your aim is decent, right? It's not the best, but it's decent, right? So why are we not playing to the character's strength? Why are we diminishing the fact that you have no fall-off damage and you're like walking up all close and personal and almost hugging Ashe being pocketed by Mercy, right? So maybe you need to do a little bit of aim training to get a little bit more comfortable of how you're supposed to be working with Hanzo's projectiles. But for what it's worth, right now, I feel like you're moving way too fucking close to the enemy team's DPS, and I don't like that. Second thing, we're not abusing high ground. Not nearly enough. A lot of the fights that you're taking, a lot of the angles that you're taking is unfavorable to you. And instead, I'd like you to take more favorable duels with the enemy team. Like, if you're defending on the second point, stand on the fucking bridge. If you're offense on the second point, stand on the fucking bridge. You know what I'm saying? If you're defending or, attacking on the third point, abuse high ground. Take that high ground position and make yourself the most annoying cunt that you could humanly possibly be. Right now, we're not being annoying enough. Like, the only threat is like, okay, you play Hanzo, you're standing behind the enemy shield, and the shield's going to break eventually. If you don't get a lucky headshot, then we're not really doing a whole lot, right? We're kind of throwing very telegraphed dragon strikes straight into the enemy team where all they need to do is just sidestep, and that ultimate has just been thrown into the wind, right? We're not being dangerous, right? We're not playing to Hanzo's strength. It feels to me like you're kind of playing Hanzo like you would play Soldier 76. Does that make sense? That's not the way he should be played. Instead, I'd like you to take more off angles. Use your Sonic as a way to know where to take those safe off angles. Abuse high ground as much as you humanly possibly can, and be more sneaky with your ultimates. And that should be more than enough for you to practice on and remember in the back of your head, and that should help you to climb. Because right now, I feel like you're playing Hanzo like he's a hit scan character, and I don't really like it that much. So hopefully that feedback is good enough for you, my man. I think that's as much as I was willing to give you, because if I continue giving you more, it's just going to be way too much. But I would love to see you integrate that kind of game style and the way to play that a little bit better, and I would love to see how you integrate that into your gameplay in a future VoD.